Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Armchair Pundits. This week, all four of us in the house. Philip has come out of his shelter, and Leon and Daryl, top of the table, happy as you can see. Well, Leon doesn't look like he's happy right now, but Daryl does. So
That's Leon's normal face, bro.
It's my resting bitch face.
I don't know why Phil's come out of hiding, bro. He might as well stayed in hiding, boy.
but there's only so much you can do. You got to come
He's
out at
about to
some
get the
stage.
smoke today. He's gonna get the smoke today.
Guys, it's early still. It's early.
We'll get back to predictions later, James.
Yeah, predictions at the end.
Mm.
Or re-predictions. Yeah, we'll get it going. And as Tottenham are at the top, and they had the first game of the weekend, we'll kick it off with your 2-0 victory.
I just like to say,
first half.
Frick you, Premier League. You lot tried to mess us up.
Monday then Friday
on Monday, and then play Friday. Trying to take off some mooks out here. I think it was going to be all Spursy. But you know what? We're a different team now, innit?
Oh, they're giving you more television time because you're entertaining.
That had nothing to do with it, man. This man trying to sabotage us. Everyone hates Spurs, bro. It's like Chris Rock, bro. Everyone hates Spurs, bro.
So go on then. Your rundown of the game.
I'll let Leon take this one to start off. Go, Lee.
Well, obviously first half wasn't great. We didn't really conjure up much. We know that it's very difficult to go to Selhurst Park and create chances because it's very tight. They play a very compact formation, and it's Roy Hodgson. He doesn't really he's reverted back to type with Palace now, because last season when he came after Patrick Vieira left, he was playing attacking football, and now he's gone back to normal. So we knew it was going to be tough. Postecoglou said to himself it was always going to be difficult to break them down. He made a few changes at half time to just give them something different to think about. And again, the goals have come from us winning the ball one of them winning the ball winning the ball from Palace themselves, but the other one was started from the back. And what I have to say that it is impressive how we do manage to build up play from the back. Like there was times where it looked like Romero and Van der Ven and Vicario were just going to play the ball to themselves because Palace weren't really trying to press us. And in the end, it kind of lulled them into sleep, especially for the second goal, where we ended up managing to break out, and it was a great crossfield ball from Sarr, and ended up getting a goal for Son at the end. So for me, I think it's another good away win. We've had a really, really good away record so far. 4 wins, 2 draws. We've actually played 6 games away and not only 4 at home. So we have to be happy with that so far. Long season ahead. We know that it's no one wins anything after 10 games, but the longer we stay up there in the higher positions of the table, you never know where we can end up. And as you said, we're going to speak about where we feel we could finish at the end of the season. But for now, we're just happy that we've got a team that's winning, and they seem to be playing good football. And so far, they haven't really put a foot wrong. We do concede chances, but we are creating more chances than we've created since we had Poch. So to me, we're definitely stepping in the right direction. And we'll see what happens in January when hopefully Postecoglou will be able to bring in some reinforcements, because we are very, very reliant on Son and Maddison at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I have to say, I feel the team, just look at the camaraderie amongst the squad. What Andrew's done, brought this group of players together. The team's quite young still as well. And it's also made that connection with the fans as well. I think that's the big difference. The team are actually playing the kind of football we like. Fans can get behind it and be happy about it. And the whole positivity of the club is what I feel is just pushing us on to, get results that previously we wouldn't have got. First half, like Leon said, wasn't great, but I'm glad we adjusted it slightly in the second half. And once we got one goal up, we was cruising really. 2-0, passing the ball around, like Leon said. Mad how the two centre backs and the goalkeeper just playing 1-2 football between each other. It's crazy. And the confidence we got to do that and not hold any fear. There's been times where we've still been caught doing some of that stuff, but we haven't been punished yet, luckily. But in the end, it was a good result. It was a bit of squeaky bum time at the end because I don't know, VAR again trying to do some madness because I don't see how that weren't given as a handball.
But yeah, I said 2-0. It's 2-1, isn't it?
Yeah. People say they're not sure. Was it conclusive? This and the other. Like I don't know what angles people are looking at. It clearly hit his hand, and at the end of the day, in the terms of the laws now currently, that should have been a handball, but it wasn't given. We still rolled out and got the win. But yeah, this goes to show just another situation where VAR is just under question marks again. But overall, happy with the result. Happy where we are in the league. Obviously, being top. Long may that last. But to be honest, just enjoying the ride right now for what it is. But no expectations. Like Leon said, just the longer we can stay out there, the longer we can keep ourselves in the fight. Definitely for Champions League. Then I'll be.
Come on, right? So when you look at it from the outsider's point of view, like
from the outsider's point of view,
everyone's waiting for Tottenham to fail.
Yeah,
I told you guys from the beginning of the season. I said to both of you, were going to finish higher than you both said. Because
you're going to finish higher than you said. Than we both said.
Yeah,
but we went with a pessimistic view at that time.
Yeah, I said top 4 because I saw the manager you were getting in, the style of football you're getting in. You're going to play, and it's coming to fruition. You play.
James, you did not predict top 4, bruv.
I think I said you could. I said you could finish top 4.
Yeah, you guys anyone in the top 8 could finish in the top 4, bro. Anyone in the top 8 could have finished in the top 4, bro.
You guys said 8th. All I remember was 8th, bro.
Yeah, because
from the outside perspective, everyone's still waiting for us to be Spursy, bro. So
yeah,
but that's everyone. Apart from, when Arsenal were there, at the top, everyone was waiting for us to flop because it's not. I think now. I don't think it'd be a Spursy thing if you didn't win the league because let's be honest, Arsenal.
It's match their 10, man.
No one's expecting us to win the league.
That's what I'm saying. So it won't be a Spursy thing because Arsenal were at the top for how long? It's just not easy. It's not easy to do it. So it's credit where credit's due. The guys come in now, and no one has done what he's done. No one's come in and amassed the same amount of points he's managed to amass. You go back, and we spoke about it on this podcast. Look what Conte said. Bring in anyone you want. With these players, you can't do nothing. You do this, and he hasn't done wholesale changes to you guys. He sprinkled a few things here and there, and yes, your best players happen to be the newer players that you brought in, arguably, but it's more than that as well, though. He's changed the culture of your club because he's not dragging you down. End of the day, you had Mourinho dragging you down as a manager. And then you had Conte dragging down as a manager. Now you've got a positive manager again, like you had with Poch. And oh my goodness, what's happening? The team is actually playing better football, and the camaraderie around the team is better. So,
but at the same time, as much as you're saying about there's some players who under obviously Conte didn't necessarily get a chance, but most of the players that are playing now are the players that people felt should stay at the club. Everyone that's not playing is on a bench or are the ones that have been shipped out. And
there's more reason to give him credit then, because he's getting a tune out of guys that were still there, guys that were being lamented. Yes, and he's been brave enough to say, "Listen, Eric Dyer, you need to sit down. Like, I don't know why these guys keep picking you, but you're not playing for me." And no offense to Eric Dyer, if he watches this, I'm not being horrible to you, but it's the facts. It's the facts. You've had your turn, and finally a manager has come through and seen that now's not your time. I've got 2 young centre-backs that can do exactly what I need them to do. Basuma Like, whether it was the issues with what was going off the pitch that went alongside with it seemed Conte didn't want him. You look at it and you say, if you ask anyone who are the top performing midfielders, top 5, top 10 performing midfielders in the Premier League, Basuma's name's probably going to be top 5. I'm not saying he's the best, but top performing, he's going to be in the top 5, and that's down to the manager. So
To be honest, we could argue we probably got 3 in the top 10, definitely,
and
at least. And Saar.
Yeah.
So
Saar's doing very well as well. So if you look at it, for me, it's down to the manager, and I don't think it's going to be a case where you're going to drop like a stone.
I still think Leon's got a massive point though, with the fact that it's all going to be dependent on what we do in January. Because if we lose players to injury or key players to injuries, we lose any one of those.
And AFCON.
Any one of those centre backs goes, we're in trouble. Son, Maddison go, we're in trouble. We've already lost Perisic and Solomon on one side. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see what the board's about and what they're going to do if we're still in this lofty position come January, and if the team needs reinforcements in terms of strengthening in depth. We'll see what we're about then.
Who do you want as a centre back? Is there anyone out there that you?
I want to
Still want Tapsoba. Still want Tapsoba, bro. One-on-one defending, problem.
I think they're top of the table right now. They didn't let him go.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Xabi Alonso is doing bits just like Postecoglou is doing, so going to be difficult for us to get him now.
Why not Hincapié? Hincapié is not really playing. He's left-sided as well.
Is it Hincapié? What his name is? The guy from Ecuador. Is it Ecuador?
Yeah.
He's reckless. It's like having 2 Romeros on the pitch, bruv. Can't do that.
Okay.
He's reckless. So no, not for me.
Okay. All right, cool. We'll move on to the next game. Liverpool pretty much cruised to victory at home. And
cruise is the word, boy. I was just waiting for Salah to score.
Why you hesitate, James? You said you got a lot to say. I had some positive things to say about Liverpool, but I want to hear
positive things because people are now starting to realise when I said what we got in Szoboszlai, week by week, you're hearing more and more people say, "How's he doing it every single week?" And you're hearing the commentators, the first name they say, "Okay, Liverpool played well today, but Szoboszlai, how was no one else in for him?" And listen, I'm going to throw it out there. If Man City had got Szoboszlai, we would all be finished.
Yeah.
That's how good he is.
Yeah.
We'd all be finished.
Yeah.
The league will be done. People may laugh at it, but he literally, for us, he's doing everything.
I just don't... I think it's partly because of Klopp, though. He seems to have the freedom to do what he wants. Whereas under Guardiola, he may not have that same freedom because of players that he already has at his disposal. I think he just fits perfectly into Liverpool's team because he has that freedom to just do what he does. And yeah, I don't think anyone expected him to have the impact that he's had. Like, I thought it was going to be more of a steady progress thing, but he's hit the ground running and he's never looked back. And I've seen him play live. I was very, very impressed. I've seen him play numerous games that you played. You've been down to 10 men. He's been exemplary in terms of how he's adapted to those situations tactically. Like, he's comfortable on the ball. He set pieces. He's got everything. And I'll be honest, like, it's a steal that you guys managed to get him, and it's not the first steal that you guys have had. But
technically got 3.
This seems typical.
You guys, remember I kept saying last season our problem is our midfield. And I said, we'll be fine next season. If we get our midfield, we'll be fine next season. We'll be challenging the Premier League. I have no doubts. Because another one I'm really happy with is Gravenberch. How they didn't give him minutes. How did they give him any minutes last season?
It's too short, bro.
And before too cool.
Yeah, I know it, but Nagelsmann. But at the same time, but remember, in Liverpool's team, the reason why he's been given a chance because, one, Klopp needs rotation. He needs rotation. Whereas Bayern Munich have Goretzka, Muller, and Kimmich, and they always play. So it's more difficult for him to break in. The other thing is, like, coming from the Dutch league into the German league, it may just been too much of an adaptation for him. And maybe Bayern Munich, the way they play and the way they set out doesn't fit. But in Liverpool's team, he's basically another Wijnaldum with more upside, in my opinion, than Wijnaldum. Because I think
exactly that.
he was pretty much a wonder kid at Ajax. And it was all about whether he had the application, whether it was mental. It was all about mental. Is he going to get to is he going to end up, being too big for his boots, or is he going to knuckle down and progress to what they think he can be? And under Klopp, I think it's the perfect manager to have.
I think the time at Bayern has also impacted that, because I think he got to Bayern, he got to that big level, and he wasn't touching pitch, and he's like, well, I'm supposed to be that guy. I'm coming here. I thought I was going to be challenging for positions, playing, challenging for trophies and stuff with Bayern rather than being a little side man. And the fact that he's coming to Liverpool now is like, okay, I've got a point to prove. Because he's come to Liverpool, and because he was the last signing in the midfield of the transfer window, he wasn't guaranteed that he was going to come there and he's going to do his thing.
Jones has played really well. So he's been fortunate. Because Jones got the red cards, he's managed to start games. And people want him to start games, but Jones was like, well, I'm playing well. So
you got to take my shot. I had a good summer as well.
It's cool because, again, it's a rotation. That's what Klopp wants. He knows he can't rely on having the same 2-3 guys all the time. You have to be able to rotate. And that's what he had when you guys were at your best. You had guys that will come in and do the job that they need to do when it was needed. So, it's great for you guys that he's brought him in and he's looking like the player that we thought he would be when he was at Ajax.
It's actually helping. The fact that he didn't play last year, he can't do 90 minutes yet. It's helping us to a degree because he knows he can't do 90 minutes. So Klopp can say to him, you're not ready for 90 minutes, so you're going to come off the bench here, you're going to start here, and I think they've said in interviews, what is it? We haven't stopped smiling because I'm playing football. I'm a footballer. I just want to play football. And I didn't play football last year. Even if he's getting 30 minutes, it's more than he was getting at Bayern. When he's starting, and last year, I think there's a stat already that him and Szoboszlai already got more assists than Hendo had last year. And we're 10 games in, including cup games, where obviously a bit more. But our problem was, yes, we knew our strikers would score goals, and if they didn't, then damn, okay, maybe set pieces. Now, we can get goals from the front five,
anywhere
midfield, fullbacks, centre-backs.
Scoring headers, bro. What the hell? Smallest man on the pitch.
If we need it, we can even get Alisson to come and score a header. Because he's done it. But no, I said the reason why I'm happy because the midfield rebuild, I can't call it anything other than a success. Now it's just a question of what level. Is it 7 to 10? It's not a 10 because we needed a DM. Endo has come on, and we all know he's not the one. If we get Andre in January and he comes in and plays like we all hope he can, then our midfield could be complete.
If you get who?
And then go Andre. So Andre Trindade, he's plays for Fluminense. We tried to buy him in the summer, but his team were doing so well in the Copa Libertadores. They were like, nah, he's not going.
I thought you wanted Kone.
Now, yeah, we wanted, but I wanted Kone, but they wanted Andre. So I'm talking about who were actually.
So that is a legit deal. That's on the cards.
Yeah, we tried to sign him. They said no. They said you can either pay his release clause or he's not going anywhere. And because we knew his release clause would be more than getting him in January, they were like, okay, cool. And we thought, I'm assuming, the club that we are, we're not one of those. It seems like we're not one of those. Be like, oh, forget that. I think they saw it as their claims were legitimate, as in they've got a chance of winning the Copa Libertadores, and he's their best player. So let him do that. Let him go and do that. And we were all sitting there because every round, I think there were 2 or 3 rounds before the window closed, and secretly Liverpool fans are hoping they got knocked out because then we can go and buy him. But he was getting man of the match in every game as a DM. So if we get him in January, it completes. We can't buy anyone else anyway unless they're under 20, under the homegrown or under 21. So for me, our midfield is looking great. Our attack is looking great. And the last thing I'll say about it is a lot of people were saying Van Dijk was washed. Obviously not here,
I'm about to say,
but
not in
a
this,
lot of
not
people
in
were
this squad.
saying, a lot of people are saying he's done. He's never gonna. He's not gonna be the same as he was before because he's not 29. He's never gonna get back to him being head and shoulders and leagues above everyone else. But if you ask me, so far this season since he's had the armband, it's been close to. For me, he's been back to being the best defender in the Premier League. A lot of people said Diaz. Diaz hasn't played any football. I know people say a lot about Saliba, and yeah, there's an argument about Saliba, but he's still not Van Dijk for me. He's showing that he's got a lot to his game, but Van Dijk has done it. He's had his little dip after his injury. He's had his criticism, and this season he's been immense. And I can't, apart from the red card where he made that mistake, I can't think of many times really where people are like, oh man, this guy's he's actually finished. No, he's gone from strength to strength. So it all bodes well. All bodes well. We've got Luton coming up this game week. So away from home, I'm not expecting realistically. Last year, you saw me last year, I was like, these teams are the ones we messed up against. We kept dropping points against teams that were in a relegation zone week after week last season. And I don't see that this year. Obviously, shout out to Luis Diaz. Hopefully, this madness with his dad, the kidnapping, hopefully they release him. Because I don't want to speak too much on it, but it feels like it took the mum and dad, and then they paid ransom and released the mum and kept the dad. That's how it seems. Because why would you release the mum and keep the dad? So it feels like they paid some form of ransom and then they've got greedy. So I'm just hoping and praying that his dad comes back. I'm not even interested in when he comes back to play football. If he takes a month off football, I don't really care. As long as him and his family are cool. So hopefully he comes back soon. And I thought it was a good touch when Jota scored because Jota said he was supposed to start and I took his spot and he went to take his shirt. Yeah. And it wasn't even a thought of celebrating. Everyone was baffled. Where's he going? And then he went to get the shirt. I was like, okay, good. Even Klopp said for him, it was the hardest. Football's normally safe space. And when that happens, that's not even safe for him anymore. So hopefully that gets dealt with quickly. And I think the government have offered money, or the police have offered money for his dad to come back as well. Hopefully they take that money and they bring him back safely.
Yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, your front line's firing at the moment, and even to the point where, like Leon said, he's waiting for Salah to score, but Salah's having fun. He's setting up goals. He's scoring goals. He looks like he's enjoying himself again. I think that's because, like you said, you've got your midfield back, but the front line, they're doing their thing, and it's not all reliant on Salah no more. So it seems like he's enjoying his football more now.
It sounds bad, but Salah must be sitting there thinking, "Thank God that I don't have Henderson just swinging the ball to the left all the time." It sounds bad, yeah, but it's just true though. As footballers, when you know you've got someone with quality behind you, you feel it more at ease. You feel you can make different kind of runs. Whereas you just knew, everyone knew what Henderson was going to do. And sometimes it came off. He's not a dead player. He was still a quality player in his own right. But now you've got someone who you're thinking,
you got a dynamic player instead.
I can make a run here, and he can recognize it and he'll find me. Yeah.
That third goal, yes, it was a blunder.
What the hell was Turner doing?
Yeah. It was a good ball still, though. It was a good ball still.
But it wasn't though, really, because the keeper should have dealt with it. And he told the defender to clear out. The defender would have dealt with it if the keeper wasn't there.
Yeah, the defender was vexed afterwards as well. But the thing is, though,
if you don't play the pass, you don't score.
The thing is, I don't understand what he's trying to do. It's like, because he moved his shoulder, he moved his head, but it wasn't ever in a position where he was going to handball it or something. Just get something onto it.
He got scared, didn't it?
I don't know what he's doing.
I think he lost flight. He lost his flight and got scared. I thought I can't get sent off.
And then slipped afterwards as well, and it was over at that point.
Last shout out, I didn't mention him, McAllister. I feel sorry for him because he's playing out of position, and now some fans starting to criticize him and saying, "I'm not sure what he is because of this. What does he do?" He's not playing in his right position. Like playing him as a number 8, which is going to be another problem. When we get a DM, then it's a fight. Like, Soboslai is a guaranteed starter, but because of the start he's had playing DM and the start that Gravenberch and Jones are doing, it's like, ooh, what are we going to do? Which is a good thing for us.
I don't think you have a problem there. I think McAllister.
It's not a problem. It's just going to be interesting.
I think McAllister is playing fine. I don't know what Liverpool fans are expecting, but you're winning games comfortably, assured, and
do you know what it was? It's because people. I still think he's press resistant, but you can be press resistant in your position. He's not a DM, so it's harder for him to be press resistant as a DM because he's not in his natural habitat.
Mm-hmm.
So he's now looking over his shoulder more than he would before and having to do more. So I think that's what some of the complaints are. He doesn't seem natural. Of course he doesn't seem natural there. It's no
He's out of position, man.
He can play a double pivot. Oh, no, playing a double pivot. So, yeah. Hopefully Endo finds his groove, and then we can actually play a 6 in there, and then I think we'll be even better.
Bro, you still got Thiago, that's the joke.
Listen, no one knows. Thiago got injured in February, bro, and we haven't seen him since. He's returned to training so many times, and then the game week
broken down.
He's broken down. So most of the fans just think that he's done. We've seen the best of Thiago. We're probably not going to see him rest of the season. It's a hip, and we know what hips are like. We've seen it in past with other people. It's weird. You can't fix the hip. Once the hip's gone, that's it. There's nothing you can do. I think that's it for him, unfortunately. But I've spoken for too long anyway.
Let's get off your Liverpool midfield. Everything related to Liverpool with James is always midfield related, man. Shut up now, man. Let Phil have his moment. Phil's back. Phil's back. Let's let Phil have his moment. Come on, Phil. What you got to say?
Phil's back like Pog back. Let's see how that sound out.
Let's not talk about Pogba right now, boy. With his band. Alright, where do I start, man? I've been quiet because I've just been pondering on what's going on with in Old Trafford, man.
Must be hard.
You guys are all.
It must be hard for you, exactly. We're all out here.
All you guys are having fun. Even Tottenham having fun. Imagine that. There's that whole Spursy thing is out of the water now. That Man United are the new Spursy. So, boy.
I tell you what, you have done. You've kind of turned into a one-half team like us because you can't put two halves of football together, bro. Like,
no, we can't. What is going on? You can't. Where do I start though? Lindelof, left back. Flipping. We got
Tactical.
Maguire starting, which we will know that doesn't ever really go well. We got Casemiro not playing. Amrabat getting substituted. Apparently not even an injury, but he getting substituted at half time. And then they're bringing on Mount, and Mount is not the Mount we saw at Chelsea when he had his great season. And then there's questions about if even Ten Hag is even a good manager. Yeah, a good coach, but is he a good manager managing players? Because we can clearly see what's been going on inside with the players, with various players. And the performance, the first 15 minutes was good though against Man City. It was good. It was promising for me. It was Man United. It was promising. I was even getting a bit excited. Okay, and then we got a decision against us, which I think was a bit dubious because we had a decision. Yeah, we had one just like that, and we didn't get it. So it's like, come on.
I hate you.
It's about the inconsistencies in football.
It's a pen, but it's soft.
You never see it,
and you never see it given so.
And that changed the game.
Like, it was like, it's a pen. Like they did it. There wasn't much.
Bro, there were two pens in that same scenario though.
I know.
There was. There was well.
There was.
Even after that, Maguire's one was worse. Even after
it was worse.
Yeah, Maguire.
Maguire, but then I heard this new thing. Whereas if the ball doesn't go into that zone, they don't look at the target. So when Maguire manhandled whoever it was, because the ball didn't go away from the action. Didn't go into the area, they don't count it as anything.
They have said many times that they're going to penalise shirt tugging and blah 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 blah, but it's very selective about when they do it, because
Rodri-
I've seen hella pulling in the box and it
Yeah,
not
loads
being
of
given.
people.
Or you see
got
tagging
nothing.
and stuff, and the ref blows and stops all play and tells the guys to stop
Yeah.
messing around.
I hate
Yeah,
that.
And he
exactly.
takes it.
I hate
So-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing
Yeah.
is, like,
Just wait a second. Give the penalty.
the thing is though,
They
like
might not want to
usually,
do that, but where
usually in a game that big,
Mm.
like that kind of stuff, you let it slide, you let it go, or like you said, the referee just has a word or something like, "Come on, stop this. This is, you know." But like Leo said, it was just so rapid. It was like, "Yep, bang," and it just changed the whole flipping game.
That changed the whole game. Personally, if it wasn't for Onana, he kept the score low.
Yeah,
The amount of saves he made.
Onana had one of his best games where he had one of his best games.
Yes, the amount of saves he made, it was like, okay, this is the reason why we bought him. He had a few. He was playing out, it was a bit shaky at times, but I also think it's because the players and him are not in sync. So what
Not
he's
just
trying to do,
yeah,
You
I
need
think
centre
you're
backs
right
every
there.
week, though, bro. You got new
That's
centre
the
backs every week.
problem. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Like Lindelof
It's
should
a-
have been playing left back.
And he's a newbie. He's a
the
newbie
pass
as well,
I'm
so it makes it
talking,
work.
the pass I'm talking about wasn't even to the centre back. It was
I
directly
saw one.
to the midfield.
Yeah, I saw his left foot.
It's not. I think it's him and the players. They're not in sync with what he's trying to do, because I don't think the players have the quality.
It takes time though, because look what happened with Arsenal. For ages, when they first tried to play the play out, it didn't work because the players weren't confident, or this person was confident, that one wasn't. And you have to have everyone, like you said, everyone has to be in sync. And Anana's been there for 10 games, 10 Premier League games. So
But
they
the
get
thing is,
used to, and he's overconfident as well. So it's not like he's confident.
Yeah, he's overconfident.
He's overconfident. So now players have to be on their toes all the time because that ball can come from anywhere.
because he
I wouldn't be
knows
surprised if he does it outside of his foot and pass to someone at some stage.
he knows because he knows he can do it. And he's confident that he can do
Yeah,
it.
he knows he can do it.
You know what I mean, but it's
He
constant
knows he can do
for
it.
him. The defense is a different defense every single week. It's like a constant band-aiding of a defense for you guys. You know, and Jose called this for time for you lot, that you needed to sort out your defense. And regardless what's happened, like that hasn't manifested
Fair.
into anything yet.
It's injuries, right? Right.
It
Let's
is
strip it
injuries.
back.
It is
If you
injuries, but
have Luke Shaw, you have Martinez, you have Varane, you have Wan-Bissaka, and they're playing
Totally
all these 10 games. Like, let's be honest. So you guys, for instance, your doggy was his first game out. So for 9 games, you've had your first choice back 4 pretty much. No, Porro played 1 game, well, didn't play 1 game, and the other right back, Brazilian played 1. But invariably, you've had your first choice. They haven't. Literally, they've had to change it every week. And then
Every game.
they brought in Amrabat late. So in all honesty, if you have a Man United, whether that's the system they want to play, if a Man United with Shaw, Martinez, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Amrabat, and Casemiro, that's a very good.
That's a very good,
six.
back six.
That's a good back 6, and most teams will struggle with that. Then you play Fernandes in the little hole in front of them. And then you have Rashford up front, Højlund up top.
Rashford.
Left. I mean, must up front, wide left. Having wide left, and then you have whoever.
He needs a break anyway right now. I don't think Rashford should even be starting, to be honest. Some players just need some time out, a break.
It's gone out already because when he's been given start,
try him.
You have to. You're giving him starts, and he's flat to deceive.
How many starts? But how many starts, bro? It takes time, bro. You can't say, you're giving him 3 starts and he hasn't done it, bro. You need to give a player a bit more than 3 to 4 starts.
It's harder.
Anthony's had about 500 starts.
True.
500 starts, bro.
Do you put Gunnar to right wing then, or do you put Rashford right wing?
Personally,
right wing.
Personally, Anthony and Rashford both need a break.
So you're gonna play left? Pilistri?
I'll put Pilistri. Just try the youth right now, because bro, the season is done. We're not winning. Like in terms of the league, in terms of the league, the season is done.
Yes,
I don't think Man United are going to win anything this Premier League season. So it's for me, Ten Hag's best interest is to see what he can do. Try and see. Yeah, bloody the people that have passion. It looks like Rashford plays. It's like, I can't bother anymore.
Okay, you're saying the people that have passion, but look at your captain, brother. Look how he's tearing up.
I haven't got to him yet.
Okay.
I haven't got to him yet, bro. I haven't got to the captain yet. Personally, I don't think he should even be the captain.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
To me, he's not captain material. All doing this and all that.
No,
it's not captain material.
Exactly. No,
it's not captain material.
Dash it out.
So even that, and
he couldn't even get that right. Couldn't even foul correctly.
And then when Anthony came on, he got angry, trying to boot a man's leg. It's like, come on, man.
I heard people say it should be a red card. I was like, red card? Come on, man. That's a stretch. That's a stretch. And then, to be honest to you, when it got to that point, I turned off the game. So I don't know what happened after that. I turned it off. And they carried on beefing.
I turned it off, bro, because look, for me, as a fan, I support Man United. I support them until the end, but when I see the players not giving the effort, I'm not watching it no more. Why? Just like how some fans would leave the stadium, right? Because the players are not. I'll rather go and do something else. I'll rather go and watch a team that the players are giving effort and watch a good performance of football, because I like to watch good football. So if the football's not good anymore and the players not giving what they should be giving, then sorry, mate.
Right,
but I say
it sounds like Leon last season.
Yeah, it does work.
I say
towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
Not 10 games in.
I still say give Ten Hag time. Obviously, we've got Paul Radcliffe in, but as the person said, we probably need Harry Potter, that Radcliffe, instead of him to work some miracles and some magic. Daniel Radcliffe instead of that Radcliffe, because it'll take time. It'll take some time. It'll take a lot of time, and it'll take him. Obviously, he's bought a lot of players, but his style that he's trying to implement from Ajax, I don't think it's going to suit the Premiership. So he needs to adapt it a bit.
The thing is, though, he's bought a lot of players, but he's bought in Ajax quality players. And you lot are Man United. Sorry to say, like, the players that he's bought in, they're not Man United quality. They're not Man United levels of stature when they brought them in. And I don't know whether that's the model.
You say Mason Mount's not Man United quality?
No, it's not.
Huh?
No, he was. What was he doing at Chelsea before the transfer?
He was injured. To be fair, he missed most of last season injured.
Well, you can say he's not Man United quality, but he won the Champions League with Chelsea. He did well. I think it's the environment as well. The environment that Man United's club is at is toxic right now, from top to bottom. The Glazers, down to the manager, down to the kitchen lady, down to the change room, down to the toilets. It's all a mess. The thing is, they've backed him so heavily that surely he has to be given the time. No, exactly. They can't sack him. No. They have to give him the time because they've gone so deep with the freaking backing that to throw that and start again, who's going to come in and change it all around? Zidane.
Zidane doesn't want to come to England.
I know he wouldn't want to come to England. But personally, I don't think Ten Hag's the problem. Ten Hag is not the problem.
What is the problem?
It's the problem is above Ten Hag and the atmosphere, morale within the club. I'm not there, so I don't know personally what's going on. But I don't think Ten Hag is a problem. I think it's something within the club, that the atmosphere, what's going on, the media.
Is it what Gary Neville said? Gary Neville said, you look at Liverpool, new training ground, new this, new that. You look at Man City, everyone's best in class. Look at Tottenham, everyone's best in class. Now they're putting a manager that looks like he's best in class. Arsenal the same. So is it a case, like you said, you need to revamp the basics?
100%.
So you go into, like, because he made some valid points on Sunday. Manchester United Stadium should be on a list for the Euros for England, and it's not.
100%.
So you heard the City fans singing that the stadium's falling down.
That chant,
you know. And we all know last year Ronaldo
said it. Same when he left.
You know, so
free the realness. He freed the realness.
So
people didn't believe him either. I think.
No, I think it's his delivery, isn't it? That with Ronaldo, like he could, the way
Piers Morgan as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going to say it in a way that might rub people up the wrong way when he's talking about obviously the sauna and the cruising, blah, 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 blah. But I totally understood what he meant by that. He basically was saying that nothing had changed since when Ferguson was there, and that was over 10 years ago. So realistically, what are they expecting? If they are not willing to make the facilities better from the infrastructure perspective, how are they expecting to get results out on the pitch when they've just basically neglected it and expecting the same results to happen from when Ferguson was there whilst not upgrading anything? It doesn't really make sense. So yeah, he was right, and a lot of people probably thought he just throwing your toys at the pram because Ronaldo, but he clearly had a valid point, and you're seeing why it's going to be very difficult for any manager to come in and change this because it's above the manager where a lot of decisions need to be made. And
trust me.
So I can totally understand where the despondence comes from. Well, yeah, you shouldn't be having to bring back Johnny Evans, bro, on a real team. That is mad.
Johnny Evans is playing.
Bro,
Ericsson should not be starting for Man United. I'm being honest. He's not quick enough. He's a good passer. Yes, he's good with his feet. But in terms of keeping up the play and even being strong enough in the midfield, it's not there. It's a luxury player. He's a luxury player. I think the only positive we have is Højlund. He looks like he could be good in the future.
Yeah, but again,
he's going to get a Premier League goal.
But again, this is what I'm talking about with United and the signing. Like, United don't go and get strikers for the future. They go and get strikers to do their stuff now. Like, it's not Ajax, bro. It's United. And that's as much as he's got potential, and I can see it, and he could be a monster in the future. That's not what you lot should have been buying now. And that's I know it's Ten Hag's decision, but that's not what you should have been buying. You need to buy someone that was going to go and challenge Haaland at being one of the top strikers in the league.
What? Who is there though?
You're United.
That we could have got.
You're United. You could have got anyone you want. You're United.
This is the problem. You're thinking about the Alex Ferguson United. This ain't the same Man United.
United still holds the same.
Not the same.
It still holds the same way, bro.
It's not the same, bro. Players don't even want to come anymore. It's not the same. It's really not the same. I think everyone's still thinking, by name, we are Man United. Bro, our stadium's leaking. We're not. It's not Man United. And I think Alex Ferguson, when he was there, he covered a lot of the cracks. And since him, who has really done well? That should show us. It was him that was holding it up.
Well, if you believe the hype, Mason Mount chose to play for you over play for Liverpool.
That's because he was dad. That's because he was dad.
Oh, yeah, true. And we dodged the bullet because we couldn't get him. We got someone like this.
That's rude, bro.
What is it? Nah, see, here we go again. Back to James and his Liverpool midfield.
Back to the midfield. You're right. You're right about that. It's midfield.
All right, let's roll on. Let's move on. Let's go to
Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah.
Arsenal destroyed
5-0 and Ketia.
Literally destroyed them 5.
And Kets, some bangers.
Even like Ketia could have broken a record, I think, with 4 goals, and was happy enough to give it to Vieira because they love to share it around.
That's nice.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Give Vieira a penalty.
I don't understand.
He's not hungry enough then. That's what I think.
I guess it's Arteta's way of,
Everything
worked out.
Like the history means nothing. They won the game. Like he obviously felt that Fabio needed a confidence boost, and he giving him the ball. And I know as a striker, Daryl, you'd be like, "Bun that, taking that ball and scoring."
That, bro.
But he said that it's a team game, and he felt like he deserved to have a chance to take it. So it is what it is. Even if he missed at 4-0, doesn't really matter.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I can't wait.
That was making it 4-0.
I can't wait for this to come back and bite him in the ass, because it will. It will happen.
What if they miss a penalty?
When they're doing this,
because they're
sharing around nonsense. It will come back and bite them. Trust me. But Nketiah, he played amazing.
Playing advocate, at the same time, if you've got this is if you had Noble in midfield, you had Milner in midfield, you had Harry Kane up front, and you're sharing that penalty around, it makes no difference because all of them are really good penalty takers. So Saka has shown he's a decent penalty. I wouldn't say he's really good. Let's be honest, he's not really good.
He missed
He's
clutch
missed some
last
already.
year in the title.
So it's not like they've got someone who is excellent at penalties. So them sharing it around, maybe it is a case of whoever feels most confident takes it, and it's been shared around in that way because the person hasn't felt on it that day, and maybe you should give them credit for that. If you know what, I'm not sure about this one today, you take it because I'm on it. Then I don't know. Maybe you should. That might not be the case, but if it is the case, then that's a better strategy. I'd rather someone take it who's 100% confident than someone who might not be. Because I think some of the times Saka gets kicked a lot.
The reason why they're not taking it though has nothing to do with confidence. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, the way for me with penalties, even when I do it with my under nines, like you're on penalty Gs. If you keep scoring, you're on penalty Gs. If you miss, then I can make that decision. You know, I can assess it and stuff like that. But if you're
don't
scoring,
come off until you've missed.
No, exactly, because that's your role, that's your job. You know, I don't want anyone to be in a situation to be thinking, oh, is it me? Or am I taking this one, this and the other? I want you to know, bang, there's a penalty. The whole team knows, yeah, it's a penalty, Salah's taking it. It's a penalty, back in the day for us, Harry Kane's taking it. There's no questions. If they're not on the pitch, then it goes down to the next guy. But, you know, it's working for Arsenal.
I guess they're happy with it, innit?
You know.
Because they're not arguing about like Chelsea. You had the little
with
Sterling trying to take from Palmer.
Yeah.
And obviously a less experienced person in Fernando was like, no. He's taking it. And Sterling didn't complain after that.
I'm guessing that's doing the
stuff between them anyway.
I think there was a decision made.
They don't really pass to each other, you know. I mean, no, it's the various the times where you can see a simple. I don't know. I was thinking the times where I can see a simple pass between them, and but they don't pass to each other. Maybe it might be something from Man City days where he was a young whippersnapper and talked too much and put him in his place back in the day.
Yeah, you never know.
I don't know. It seems like there's something there. I could be completely wrong. I may see them the next goal they score, they may be jumping at each other like they're best friends, but I don't know.
I'll keep an eye out for that one, definitely. Right, so
okay. Man City.
Did we give the Arsenal enough respect there? Because you know people be getting onto us saying that we don't give him enough credit. Like,
they trounced them, bro.
They're where they're expected to be, and the only reason why they're not is because we're there, and they are very, very upset about that right now. But realistically, they want it to be challenging. They are challenging. Man City are right there with them as well. So you got to give credit where credit's due. They bounced back from the disappointment of finishing second last year, but for them, they basically overachieved in a way.
A lot of their fans, yeah.
Yeah, so realistically, this year, if they want to try and go one better, and they look like they've got a better squad to deal with injuries because they've already had injuries and they've seemed to, deal with them with not much problem. So we shall see.
Okay.
So
City.
We did a big talk of Man City. Not much to say really.
They're clicking together, bruv. This derby was like the kickstart for them. They normally, they haven't had. I think their blip would sometimes be a little bit later on in the season, but they've had a blip earlier on than expected, and you can see that it was a wake up call for them because the way they came out. Bernardo Silva, I think he got a lot of plaudits from commentators on the weekend, but he bossed that game, and we know what he can do. Yeah. That is the kind of player he is. He's basically the David Silva replacement in that role, and he's just when he's on it, he's unplayable. And he was the one that linked everything together in the team. And although obviously Haaland took headlines with the goals, it was Bernardo who just he ran things, and United couldn't get near him. And you can see that City, despite not having De Bruyne, look where they are. They're right there and thereabouts now. 2 points behind top spot. So
imagine what happens when he comes back,
bro.
Yeah.
Problems. Imagine Haaland is top goal scorer and he hasn't even had his boy to supply him
No,
with
that's it.
the
And he hasn't been the same without his boy as well. So
He's missed chances. It's almost like,
yeah, very interesting.
but okay. Well, Newcastle, as I thought, dropped a few points there. I thought after Champions League games, that's when they're probably going to drop points. And lo and behold,
Wolves away is not no
they
easy
did.
match though. You have to
No,
say
it's
that.
not.
And Hwang's going.
It's
Yeah,
Gary
not.
doing bits right now, mate. Doing
deserved.
bits.
Listen, I mean, funny. Bournemouth. I don't know what they were thinking when they got rid of him. Guy saved you. You got battered 9-0, came in, rallied the team around, and they were safe early as well. It's never like they were safe on the last day or 2 days. They were safe for 2-3 weeks beforehand, and then he goes there and he wins, and he celebrates like he meant it as well. So for them, Wolves would probably be safe under his management because he seems to be getting them scoring goals as well here and there. Big issue for them actually. Muslim got injured in it.
Neto.
Yeah, big
Neto got
yeah,
injured
that's a
again,
big loss.
so we'll
Big loss.
to have to see how they affect on that. But Newcastle, Isak got injured, but Callum Wilson scoring goals.
Stepped
I
up.
think it's since 2023 or something. There was at some point he scored more goals, or maybe since the World Cup, like that, he scored more goals than anyone else. Apparently, he's at 18 goals in the Premier League. So he's getting his run. We'll get to play Champions League as long as if Isaac continues to be injured. But we'll see where it goes from there. Aston Villa on our coattails. I mean, Unai Emery's won, what is it, 12 or 13 home games in a row? Ridiculous.
Yeah, they're looking.
Actually ridiculous.
They look like monsters at home, and
Problematic, mate. Problematic.
that match this weekend, it could have been more as well because they had better chances. It could have been double figures the way they were playing, and it's quite scary. It's quite scary to see how he's turned that team around, and he's managed to keep up the performances and the emphasis with Europe this season. So
Rotation, he's rotating quite well.
yeah, but they strengthened as well. They've got depth and they've got quality in each position. They've got several players so they can
When you
rotate.
bring Monchi in, Monchi knows how to do Europe. So Monchi bought players to make sure that the team, and obviously you've got a manager that knows Europe as well. So, like, not being funny, Man United, you could have gone and got Monchi, kind of thing, and your whole backroom staff could have been revamped in that regard. So they've done a good thing. Seen he's available, bang, gone and got him, and that's them set up for a good while because they'll get gems and they'll get good, solid European players. Obviously, the standards that they'll get is different to the standard Man United will want, but I still think he could probably get a higher standard. So moving on to the last little segment, as we discussed, predictions. We had our predictions at the beginning of the season. I remember, I didn't write them down. I vaguely remember I said we'll finish second. If we have all our midfielders, we will challenge for the title. We haven't got all of them, but we did get a DM, and we're challenging as we speak. So I'll still say first or second is where we'll finish. Arsenal will finish third. Fourth, Tottenham have jumped up in there. I think now fourth is between Tottenham, Newcastle, and Villa. I don't think Man United will get in there. And my money's on Tottenham, if I'm completely honest. Money's on Tottenham. I'm not sure. Yes, it's very early, but the gap between Tottenham and Man United is 11 points already. Yes, injuries can derail you. Injuries could derail you if you lose Van der Ven and then Romero doesn't have him to calm him down and he gets himself sent off and you got neither of them for 3 games, then that could be. But how often does that happen when you lose both your centre backs? It's not very common.
United.
So for me, true. Well, Varane was a choice. Varane was tactical. Remember, you said it. That's tactics.
I don't understand that one.
The tactics.
I don't understand that one.
So yeah, that's my top four. I'll say Tottenham, Liverpool, so Liverpool, Man City,
Arsenal, Tottenham.
Arsenal, Tottenham.
Okay. Well,
Liverpool to win the league.
Yeah, why not?
yeah,
All right.
they're in the
We're,
shape.
United to win the league as well.
we're still. I'm still isn't fully clicking yet.
You're cool, yeah.
well, I'll go on to mine because I'm sure you all remember me saying about dreaming of fifth at one point. But at the start of the season,
That was in the recap.
yeah, at the start.
That was a recap. Yeah.
Well, calm down. At the start of the season, I did have us finishing 8th. For me, I will go now with still City because I think when De Bruyne comes back, once they start clicking, once Pep starts doing his mad experimental stuff, City will do what they usually do towards the end of the season and go and run, win the league. I'll probably slightly change now. Probably not good news to Spurs fans out there, but I have to say the way Arsenal have bounced back from the disappointment last season and the way they've been challenging, undefeated, they beat City. I feel like they probably could be second now. I put Liverpool third. And you know what? I'm going to dream of the top 4 for us. Spurs finish 4th. That's me.
And should we actually be doing the top 5 because the 5th gets Champions League though, actually next season.
That's true.
If I do 5, then I'm going to go with Villa.
United.
I'm going to go with Villa.
I'm gonna go with Newcastle
I would.
as my 5th.
I wouldn't bet against Villa right now for the top Champions League.
I know.
It's just because of Emery. I mean, in all honesty, he's very experienced. He's getting a tune out of a lot of those players that were already there before he got there, and he's now adding to that. He's adding sprinkles, and the sprinkles are doing their thing. The RB,
man.
Pau Torres is looking good. Like he's made some really, really clever signings. And
I like the squad.
Their bench is strong.
The squad,
like you're bringing on Leon Bailey off the bench. He's getting goals. They still got Diego Carlos. Obviously, wasn't his signing, but Diego Carlos got injured last season. It's a experienced centre back to bring on. Esri Concert's been amazing. John McGinn back to the John McGinn that earned the captaincy. But he looks really, really good at the moment. Douglas Luiz, like they're really strong.
He's been on fire.
So to me, yeah, I will pick Villa for Champions League. I think it's going to be between us and them for 4th and 5th, which is obviously a step up from where I said we were going to finish. But it's optimistic. I still feel like, as I said, we've got some areas to strengthen, and I think if we don't do that, we are in trouble because I do feel like, and as you said, an injury to Van der Ven or Romero, Madison, Son is problems. Like we can't have Dyer playing in this formation. We can't have, Ben Davis having to play centre back to cover for them kind of guys being there.
Look how different it looks. Look how different it looks with Ben Davis instead of Doggy.
There you go.
Left back.
You don't have any dynamism going forward at all on the left now. It's back to the basics.
You got chopped out half time for a right back. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. There you go. And it's Emerson Royale who he improved a lot last year, but still going forward, he's not great. So to me, I'm thinking 4th or 5th for Spurs. I think Man City will probably win a title again. I think they're hungry to get that 4th in a row because no one's won 4 titles in a row. I think Guardiola has mentioned it, and I think he really, really wants to do that. So I can't see past them for the title. I think Liverpool finished 2nd and Arsenal finished 3rd.
Right. Last but not least,
all right, Phil, Mr. Man U for the league originally.
Yeah, well, it's only game week 10, right, guys? Out of 38, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I'll say City to win, of course, because their overall squad is just immense, really and truly. So City should win. Then I'll say Liverpool because their midfield's improving now. So Liverpool and their forward line and their firepower is superb. So I'll say Liverpool and their goalkeeper, Liverpool. Then I'll say Arsenal. Arsenal to come third. Not that I want them to, but Arsenal are a good team now. I have to admit it. They've improved a lot. But they still need a striker, I think. They still need a goal-scoring striker. That's what I say about Arsenal.
And Ket's got 3, bro. Do you see that last one as well?
Anyway, moving on.
That last
doing well.
That last goal, the last goal was a banger. That was Henry-esque.
It was, but we've only ever seen that once.
Okay, fair enough.
If we see it more often, then our minds will change. But I picked that as well once, but I'm not playing a Premier League football. So I'll say Newcastle next. Newcastle for 4th. Something about Newcastle's team, they've got like belief in them, and I think they'll get 4th. I think the manager's doing a great job with them, and the heart and the belief they have with their 12th man as the crowd as well, the fans pushing them through. I think they'll get 4th, and then I'll say United for that fifth space in the Champions League. I don't think Tottenham will get it. I know they're doing well right now, but as I say, it's only week 10 out of 38. There's plenty of time to go. African nations, even Anana might be missing for African nations as well for Man United.
He will be.
Is he 100% still going to be playing for them all the time?
We might bring back the hair back in it. So
that's what I'm hearing. So if we bring back the hair, that's not a bad thing.
To be honest, it's not.
So
you got Turkey's number one.
Yeah, the Turkish guy is there as well, but I haven't seen him play before, so I'm not too sure about him. And then obviously there's no 6th place, but I think Tottenham will get 6. And that's good for Tottenham, right?
At the start of the season, it's called that good. And
because you guys were saying 8th before.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah.
So yeah.
Leon said 7th, Daryl said 8th.
Well, I won't be surprised if there's a shock and Tottenham could even just win a league. I would love them to do that because Arsenal love it. I would love it if Tottenham win the league.
It's not going to happen, bro. But yeah, thanks.
I'll buy a shirt. I'll buy a Tottenham shirt if they win the league.
Well, we were local enough.
I'll tell you what was.
Yeah, we are local enough.
I'll tell you what's interesting out of all of that. Not one of us said anything about Chelsea.
But Poch, he ruined himself, mate. Going to there, so you know. Ban them.
How you gonna spend $1 billion? How you gonna spend $1 billion and not have a certified striker in there? It doesn't make sense. People saying who could you get? There's many a man you could have got, or you could have got an up and coming one.
They might as well just have kept Aubameyang, bruv, because this Nicholas Jackson guy is just not it.
Bruv,
he's not. Nkunku now?
He's injured.
Yeah, but he's not a striker. He's a goal scorer.
He's injured.
But he's not a striker though, really. And he's injured. He's back in November.
Let me answer Phil's question earlier. Phil, you said who should have United have got? Harry Kane. You lot should have spent the money.
No, we tried to.
No.
He didn't.
I don't think you would have taken the money.
Levy would have taken the money. If you said if they had paid 150 million, he would have taken the money, bro.
No, but they didn't have 150 million to spend though. They never had it. They didn't have it.
Shall I tell you why? Shall I tell you why I really think Harry Kane would not come to Man United? Because I think he wants to go back to Tottenham, and if he comes to Man United, there's no way he's going to Tottenham.
I don't
think he would have gone to Man United because they're in disarray. That's the only reason I think he would have gone. To me, I don't think he would have gone there because they're not a legit team right now.
Depending on how much of his own ability he believed in, to what he could do and impact there, because that I'm pretty sure that share record means a lot to him. He'll be back to try and get that. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if he went to Man United, he would have maybe got the share record, probably got the share record. But I think he wants to get that while being at Tottenham, and he's going to try and come back to Tottenham to do it.
Be interesting to see.
Because he wants that statue outside Tottenham. That's what I think. And if he goes to Man United, he ain't getting that statue.
No.
I think he still would. Man United aren't
not sure.
They're not rivals. They're not enemies. They're just another.
I don't think he get a statue.
He would get.
I don't think he get a statue. Not like you wouldn't get like a statue like Henri's got Ivory.
You don't think so?
If he went to United,
what if he doesn't
Nothing
come back?
to
What if he doesn't come back?
if he doesn't come back, he might get it. But no, I don't think if he went to another club, I don't think he would. Like you got to remember, Ledley King has shown what it is like to be loyal to one club, and I know injuries partly help that, but you've got to go to that level to get that kind of,
I don't
honor
think
and
you can
respect.
get a statue without winning something with the team, regardless of whatever individual record you have.
True.
So to
That's
me,
true. Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't.
Then the King won the Worthington Cup, innit?
Yeah, but Ledley hasn't got a statue.
I'm saying he hasn't
No,
got
the
one.
only statues is Bill Nicholson and
Yeah.
I
For real.
don't. Has Jimmy Greaves even got one? I don't even think he's got one.
No, I don't think he is either.
It's just Bill Nicholson. So to me, you have to win something, man.
Remember, Ledley did get his wall before Harry Kane, and that's a statement for me personally.
Can I ask you guys 2 quick questions?
Go on.
First question is, can you be world class if you don't win a trophy?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
That's a big debate going on right now.
He's performed.
Harry Kane's not world
He's
class.
performed on
Harry
the world
Kane's
stage.
world-class.
I think the biggest problem for Kane is that on the biggest of occasions, he's sometimes been found wanting. But you've seen him perform against the best. You just haven't always seen him perform when his team really, really needs him in the biggest of occasions. And that's for England and for Tottenham.
So then, what makes you world class then?
Because he's performed on that world level. He's performed on the world stage. He's performed in Champions League. He's performed in the World Cups. He's performed in the Premier League, which is
Top goal scorer.
To me, he's proven that he's capable of doing that at that level, and that's what's made him world class. If you ask any team, could they sign Harry Kane? Would he start? He would start in most teams if they needed a striker.
Mm-hmm.
He's starting. So I think for him, for me, yes, he is world class. I think the problem is that, as I said, on the biggest of occasions, he's been found wanting at times, and that is
not only that. If you're a DM, you can be a world class DM, and you may be playing for a team that's not one of the best that doesn't win anything, but you're still a world class DM, or you're still a world class left back.
I agree.
You need 11 men to win games, mate.
Yeah.
Can't win it by yourself.
I agree.
And some players are capable of
by
inspiring others to perform better than they would normally without them. But those players are very, very.
We had the conversation
Rare.
earlier about the Ballon d'Or and obviously Messi winning it despite what Haaland did.
Mm.
And one of the things that were mentioned is that last season, as much as Haaland did bits, he didn't do it in the big games. Yeah, so did that take away from the fact that he was a monster last season? No, it didn't, because it's not just about you; it takes the whole team. So,
I agree.
That's my opinion. So for me,
The fact that he was on the pitch,
for me, Kane's
changed the result as well.
Kane's world class. He's done it consistently. He's shown it consistently. I know
Against the odds, because no one thought he was going to be what he became. No one, and he proved everyone wrong. Everyone wrong. No one was out there telling me they thought he was going to be what he was, and he proved everyone wrong. So you got to give him credit.
I rated Harry Kane as a youth. You remember that, Leon? You can't even hold that one against me.
I don't care what you say, bruv. You never thought that he was going to do what he did. Let's just leave it there.
No, I never thought he was going to be what he is. But remember, I used to say to you, "Watch this, you Harry Kane," and you was like, "Yeah, whatever." You remember that, bro? I did say.
Second question, Philip. Second question.
Second question.
You know it's true.
No.
Ansu Fati, go on.
Yeah,
Ansu Fati, do you think he can go back to how he was at Barcelona?
It's gonna be hard because now they've got
a bag of youths coming out of nowhere.
Coming through. It's gonna be hard for him to get minutes because his minutes have been taken by guys that actually breaking records for Spain. He was a Spanish record holder for youngster, and his former teammates, or I guess he's still on loan, so his teammate has taken that.
I actually think if he can just stay injury free, yes, he is capable of doing that. I do believe. I think the key is staying injury free. Hopefully,
What position?
To me, he's
Is he good enough? Is he good enough to? Because obviously Lewandowski is getting older, so he's still only 18,
Nah,
right?
I
19.
don't think he's a centre
Who?
forward.
Oh,
He's not a centre
I
forward.
don't think he's a centre
Slow
forward.
down.
Fatty's a
Yeah,
youth,
he's still
bro.
young.
Wow.
He came
Was
out
he
at
old?
17, innit? He was playing games
Yeah.
consistently, and that's probably what messed him up.
He might be 20. I don't think he's older than that.
He's still
Let me
young,
check.
man.
I'll
He's
check it.
definitely 20 or
Yeah.
21, no older than that. But yeah, I
So-
do believe he
so in
can,
terms-
yes, if he can stay injury free. If he can't, then no.
Yeah, it's just going to be hard, like you said, because of what's coming through.
Mhm.
He's 21.
He's 21 now. Okay.
Mate,
Yeah.
look here.
Old enough.
The longer Ferran Torres is starting, the more chance he's got to overtake, because Ferran Torres
He's only
keeps
started because
missing
Lewandowski was injured.
chances all the time.
Yeah.
So
He only started because Lewandowski was injured. So, yes, he can probably take Ferran Torres' position if he comes back.
Okay.
If he comes back. But they've bought another Brazilian striker.
yeah,
So
I know.
who knows what happens if he comes
He's
in.
a striker.
And-
He's a
and-
genuine striker.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's Lewandowski replacement more than likely.
I guess Dembele leaving has helped him.
Yeah.
If Dembele had
True.
stayed
Yeah.
like they wanted him to, then it would have been harder for him to come back into that team. But with him going, then that spot, it is almost like, okay, go and get yourself fit, come back, and then we'll see where you are, and you can come back and take your crown. Because no one's taken a 10 shirt yet, have they? You still got the number 10 shirt for now. But yeah, cool. Guess we have to wrap up.
Mm.
Thanks, guys. It's been a good show. Extended show. So welcome back, Philip, so we can laugh at him and Man United.
It's cold as ice.
Cold.
But we need some Philip Timothy merchandise, please.
It's coming. It's coming. Next episode. We have
He
some hats.
first, obviously. But yeah,
It's
okay,
coming.
guys.
It's coming.
It's been a good one.
Yeah, man.
Missed last week through illness, but we'll continue and endeavour to be back next week. So take it easy. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace out. Peace
Later.
out.